Now on CoastTV News.
It's a first alert weather day as snow continues to pick up in intensity across Delmarva as the first major snowstorm of the season in years affects the region. I'll track it on radar and futurecast coming up next.
And I'll give you an update on the conditions outside as the snow continues to come down.
Readying the roads, we're going to show you how crews tried to get a head start on the storm with the work they did over the weekend.
Division of Labor in Dewey, the plan to clear the roads there, where the state has responsibility, and why.
This is CoastTV News Today.
It has been a while since we've had weather like this. Look at this. This is a live shot, snow falling on the canal in Lewis. Now the lights there do make for a nice looking scene, but in a number of situations it will not be nice today. And we are working under a first alert weather day for January 6, 2025. Good morning, I'm Matt Penson.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Paige Marley, and welcome to our 5 o'clock hour.
Yeah, as we continue on with our coverage here, to help cover this weather event for you, we have our reporters in the field. Brandon Ferguson is in Rehoboth Beach. Elisa Weber is in Lewis. Buckle in. Grab that mug of coffee.
Definitely buckle in if you're driving today, but don't drive. We're going to lead off with all of that. So we are going to first get to first alert meteorologist Bob Atrahi. He and the team, they've been tracking this winter storm for a while now. Bob, you warned us, and it's arrived.
Yeah, it has arrived. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Delmarva. We've been talking about this storm for about a week now, and boy, it is here for sure. You've heard the song, Let It Snow. The weather outside is frightful. You look outside, that snow is coming straight down, heavy at times, and snarling up the road. So really take it slow. Do not even travel if you don't need to today. You can see the snow overspreading Sussex County right now. Some of the brighter blue indicating the heavier snow near Georgetown right now. It looks like into Kent County, the heavier snow hasn't quite gotten there yet, but we're seeing more of that moderate to heavy snow. Southern Sussex County into Maryland, near Willard to Ocean View. Some heavy snow there, and then some heavier snow moving on to the eastern shore as well. This will intensify with time as you see this snow building back to the west near Washington, back into Virginia, as well as surface low pressure is moving into Tennessee, and that will track to the east and to our south, and that will keep us in the cold air with the snow. Visibility, a good indicator just how heavy the snow is. Saw a half mile in snow earlier in Georgetown, now 3/4 of a mile there, and in Salisbury 1 mile in snow in Ocean City. So for good reason, we do have a winter storm warning for Sussex County, basically all of Delmarva, the eastern shore, back through Salisbury as well. Your winter storm warning goes through tomorrow morning as we're looking at temperatures into the mid-20s to around 30 degrees. So that snow is pretty powdery. The good news is it's not blowing around a lot. The winds are calm to very light. So futurecast showing the snow heavy at times as we go through time, as temperatures are in the 20s. Late morning, creeping close to 30, maybe over freezing a little bit afternoon, and that's when we could see maybe a little bit of mix of sleet and freezing rain or rain at the coast. Otherwise, I think we do get a little bit of a break as we go into the afternoon, and then in the evening there'll be one last punch of snow as we go into the evening, maybe an additional inch or two at that time. So the bottom line is a snowy day, temperatures in the 20s to lower 30s. I'll have much more on this system I'll talk about snow amounts, impacts, and the very cold air to follow this system as well. That's coming up a little bit later in the newscast.
All right, wait for that one, Bob. Thank you for that. As we continue with our coverage of the snowstorm, we're now going to go live to Lewis.
Yeah, that is where we find CoastTV News reporter Elisa Weber. Elisa, the snow's been accumulating, and you were really out there in those winter elements, Elisa.
Good morning, Matt and Paige. I'm outside here in Lewis right now, and it's definitely cold. I have like 4 jackets on right now, so you got to wear a lot of layers out. But if you're headed onto the roads, you need to be careful. But right now I want to show you some of the sidewalks, everything that's going on here. There's a lot of snow that's quickly accumulating on the ground, and I have my shovel here courtesy of my dad. Thank you, Dad, for putting this in my car before I came back after Christmas. So I'm just like out here shoveling the snow a little bit, but you really want to be careful. And there's a lot of Delta trucks that have been outside and getting all of that salt on the ground and also plowing. But just really be careful. We haven't seen anyone out here in this neighborhood yet warming up their cars, but if you do so, give yourself extra time. Drive super slowly. You need to be so careful on those roads because visibility is not the greatest right now, and we haven't driven in these conditions in a long time. So if you're not as experienced in the snow, or even if you have a lot of experience driving in the snow, just be extra careful, and we'll have more updates for you all in the next hour. Back to you, Matt and Paige.
All right, Elisa Weber, thank you for that, and we will check in with you there as this morning continues. Now, here is what it looked like moments ago in Ocean City. This is high above 94th Street, and you can see the snow lying on the coastal highway there in Worcester County. In Delaware, DelDOT crews, they had enough notice that they began actually working on the roads over the weekend. The department said part of that advance effort was to make sure all of their equipment is working properly. DelDOT reports to have laid down 18 tons of salt brine on roads. That's approximately 80 plow trucks available in Sussex County. All are expected to be used today.
So normally what we see in Delaware, at least in Sussex County, is that first event is normally the one where motorists are the least familiar with the roadway conditions. So we want people to be extra cautious during these first events during the wintertime. And we always ask them to be very wary when they're around our plows because our plows have a hard time seeing them.
And Probert said DelDOT can usually salt 3,000 miles of roads in about one day. That is what they were doing just a few days ago. Now the question is, was it enough?
Find out. Now, the snow really started accumulating around 3 this morning, so we are about 2 hours into this system by now.
Yeah, Coast TV news reporter Brandon Ferguson is live in Rehoboth Beach experiencing our first true winter wonderland in a while. Good morning, Brandon.
A winter wonderland just starting out here in Rehoboth Beach. Just starting out when we were driving here on Coastal Highway, we didn't see one car going over 30 miles an hour. And DelDOT has over 300 snowplows deployed across the state, and they will start on state roads, routes like Route 1, Route 113, and then they will go to those smaller town roads. And be careful on these roads. They're slick. Trust me, we just drove here. For now, that's in here in Rehoboth Beach. In Rehoboth Beach, Brandon Ferguson, Coast TV News.
All right, thank you, Brandon. In Delaware, John Carney, the governor, has activated the National Guard to support storm response. The Delaware Emergency Operations Center is also activated.
And also new this morning, Maryland Governor Moore, he's actually issued a state of emergency. According to the governor's office, the state of Maryland, the Highway Administration, they've finished pre-treating all of those roads there. Law enforcement increasing their staffing. Health and utility agencies are preparing for these storm impacts. In response to all of this, Wycomico County announced offices there will be closed today.
And a storm like this means there are a number of areas of focus for the local governments of coastal communities. In Dewey Beach, officials there pay extra attention to unoccupied properties during the non-summer, non-tourist season. And then there are the roads, the streets. DelDOT has responsibility for some, the town others. And when I spoke with Town Commissioner Paul Bauer, he said they had their snowplow truck ready to go this weekend.
Route 1 is obviously done by the state, as well as King Charles, which is the artery between Dewey and Rehoboth. That road needs to be clear all the time because that's where the Rehoboth Fire Company is. If they need to get down the road, we got to make sure they can get into town as well. So those two are done by the state. So they do the heavy lifting. We're responsible for the side streets. And so we have a plow hooked up to the truck. We only have 22 streets to do. So it's not a major task, but it is time consuming just staying ahead of it.
And it was over the weekend that the Dewey Beach Police Department issued the advisory to avoid driving on the town's roads and streets.
And the town sent out a notice to locals informing them of what they need to know ahead of all of today's stories. So according to the town, administrative offices are closed today. Police parking lot and King Charles Ave will be prioritized in emergency vehicles if they need to come in. Trash pickup by Casella, that's canceled. That'll resume again on Tuesday. And the town says reach out via email if you have any urgent questions or any concerns.
And Delmarva is just one of many other parts of the country experiencing this severe weather.
And a large and powerful winter storm still pushing from the central U.S. to the East Coast. CNN's Amy Kiley shows us the snow, ice, and even the thunder sleet across the country. All right, Amy Kyle's going to show us that again in a little bit. We're having some technical difficulties right now, though. We're just getting started on Coast TV News today.
Yeah, Paige, coming up, transportation in Delaware taking a back seat to safety amid the heavy snow we're experiencing as we get some look at closures issued by DelDOT.
Also ahead, some DART delays. We're going to tell you what the agency says to expect amid today's major storm.
And next, roadworks snow status. We hear from DelDOT about their concerns as they deal with snow accumulating on state roads. Coast TV News today continues in a moment.
At Atlantic General Hospital, we've been busy. Busy expanding healthcare services that are second to none in our region. From cancer care and women's health services to orthopedics, gastroenterology, and more, we provide advanced health technologies delivered by top providers. Expert care every day. It's what you can count on from Atlantic General Hospital.
Are you having trouble hearing your TV or listening to conversations in loud spaces? Then it might be time to consider Nano hearing aids. Nanos are FDA-registered OTC hearing aids. Don't be fooled by overpriced hearing aids. Prescription hearing aids could cost $3,000 or more. Nano hearing aids are now offering $100 off through this special TV offer. Call now and get 2 CIC rechargeable hearing aids for only $297. And if you're not happy, return them for a full refund.
What's in your crawl space? Damp air, wet insulation, maybe a little fungus. It's easy to forget about what's under your home. At Bennett Termite and Crawl Space Solutions, we've been helping homeowners across Delmarva create healthier, safer crawl spaces for over a decade. We make the process simple and worry-free, so you can relax. Every project begins with a thorough inspection and ends with a final quality check. I personally make sure we just don't meet standards, we exceed them. Remember, Delmarva, quality isn't expensive, it's priceless.
Ring in 2025 with a new roof from Spicer Brothers. Right now, get 20% off materials, plus save 25% on your entire roofing project. Our expert team is dedicated to providing unmatched customer service and quality craftsmanship. It's the perfect time to upgrade your home and start the year strong. So don't miss out on the 2025 savings with 20% off materials and 25% off your entire roofing project. Visit SpicerBros.com or call now to schedule your free consultation. Make Spicer Brothers your New Year's resolution because you deserve the best.
Just about 5:12 on this snowy Monday morning, a first alert day. Bay Health Cam, Dover right now, 25. The snow is flying around. It's a powdery snow with it being so cold. The good news is the winds are light, so it's not blowing around. But that said, you get behind a semi on a highway, and that could be a whiteout. We are looking at the snow continuing to intensify across Delmarva. You can see some of the brighter blue indicating some of the heavier snow, and there's more where that came from back through Virginia and into areas of Maryland as well, as low pressure is tracking our way. Temperatures plenty cold for snow. Everybody is below freezing and the winds are light. So at least we have that going for us. But it's just the best to stay inside, watch Coast TV, and also watch us online too. Obviously, the morning commute, not good. Snow, difficult travel will become very tough as we go into the afternoon with accumulating snow, and it remains very tough as we go basically through the evening, as we could see up to a foot of snow in places.
Bob, we're going to keep you here for a moment because we know you've been working on this, really working on this snowstorm for days, not just this morning. And we've seen you busy in the Weather Center, you and the other members of the First Alert team.
Yeah, definitely. So with all that data you've been looking at, you have the maps, the radar, all the stuff you're used to, from what you've seen so far, what concerns you the most?
What concerns me the most, I think, is the fact that a lot of folks have not seen snow like this for a while. It's been years since we've had accumulating snow, and to think that we could see up to a foot of snow, that concerns me. So stay off the roads, let the road crews do what they need to do. They've already pre-treated the roads. Let the plows get out there, do their thing, and then get back on the roads if you can on Tuesday, as weather will improve as we go into tomorrow.
Okay, good stuff there. Thanks, Bob. This morning, speaking of those roads, DelDOT working to keep up with the storm. Now, just before we went on the air, I spoke on the phone of DelDOT's Director of Communications, C.R. McLeod. Here is what he told me about what could be some causes of concern.
Really, it's going to be the temperatures. It's because, we're not going to see any real warm-up, which aids in melting and seeing the roadways really improve. Given the forecasted cold temperatures through the day and into the overnight hours, that's really going to make it a challenge for us to clear roads.
And McLeod also told me that they're expecting this to be a long event, which is also adding to their concerns.
And the snow continues to fly heavy at times. In fact, look at this. It's a whiteout on the Gateway Super Cam. There was a Ferris wheel out here a little earlier, but now the visibility is down. The snow is picking up, and it's a first alert weather day for the heavy snow. At times, travel is not recommended today. Coming up after the break, the latest radar impacts and snow amounts as well. Stay tuned. Your forecast coming up in 2 minutes.
Track the storm with Coast TV First Alert Weather.
Ride the wave of Delmarva's vibrant coastal vibes with Coast Life. From hidden gems to sun-kissed trends and captivating local tales. Dive deep and immerse yourself in our coastal rhythm. Catch Coast Life weekdays at 4 on Coast TV.
At Delaware Electric Cooperative, safety is our top priority, and we need your help to keep employees safe. When you see our team working along area roadways, please slow down and move over. Delaware law requires drivers to reduce speed and move over when approaching working utility vehicles. If you can't move into other lanes, drive at least 20 miles per hour below the posted speed limit. Do your part to make sure our crews go home safe to their families every day. Slow down. Move over. It's the law.
Water, nature's ultimate cleaner. We drink it, we bathe in it. Think water, think steam, think clean. Now harness the power of water with the H2O X5 5-in-1 steam cleaning system.
I'm so impressed with the X5.
It's an all-in-one product. I can use it throughout my entire house.
It's cleaning, it's sanitizing, there's no chemicals in it. It's just steam.
This is unbelievable.
There is no more odor.
You could spend over $500 to purchase the products that the X5 5-in-1 Miracle replaces. Order your H2O X5 steam cleaning system, a $500 value, for just 4 easy payments of $43. Order now and we'll upgrade your X5 package. We'll add a 6th mode with a dusting and polishing wand. Valued at over $30, this extra bonus attachment makes your H2O X5 the H2O X6. That means your 10-piece system becomes a 12-piece system at no extra cost to you. All for just 3 easy payments of $43. Call or click right now.
A ski house party gone wrong.
If somebody who was 18 said, I want to rent your house for the weekend, neon lights would go off. Mistake!
Next, Judge Judy.
Monday at 2 on Coast TV. Download the Coast TV News app on your Apple or Android devices.
Time is 5:17 and you are looking live at a very snowy Ocean City. A lot of white there. Well, it seems like this all over Delmarva that we're checking out. And Bob, you've been tracking this for days. I was hoping a little bit that maybe you were wrong, but you weren't. Good. Here we are.
Well, you know, I have to also give partial credit to all the rest of my weather team, but also the models too, because they all locked in on this system and said late Sunday into Monday, that's when we're going to see that big storm. Remember the QR code right here, get your phone open to camera mode and scan it, and that will bring you to the Coast TV weather app. We have all kinds of information there about this particular storm, what to expect. It's snowing, as you can tell outside, heavy at times, and we could see a mix along the Delaware and Maryland coast a little bit later on today, but really most of us stay snow. Travel not recommended. The roads are already snow covered and slick. Let the crews get out there, do their thing and plow. Then things will vastly improve as we go into tonight and tomorrow. And the snowfall rates are increasing about 1 to 2 inches per hour across southern Sussex County and back into Ocean City as well. So we're looking at that heavy snow continuing to press through. At times it does diminish a little bit, but then you see the deeper blue colors indicating the heavier snow. We've got it across Sussex County. A little donut of where you're not seeing it around Milford, but the rest of us into the snow, moderate to heavy at times from Seaford to Gumboro, Longneck, Millsboro as well. That extends down into Salisbury towards the coast too, and for the eastern shore, you're also in on this heavy snow. And then you see the brighter blue color indicating the heavier snow. And we have more of the snow extending farther back into Virginia now along the I-95 corridor as surface low pressure is moving out of Tennessee into, we'll say, North Carolina and Virginia. That tracks just to our south, and that's a perfect track for us to get walloped by snow. So with that in mind, of course, obviously a winter storm warning, Caroline, Kent, Sussex, and Talbot counties. That goes until 4 a.m. Tuesday, and then farther south for Dorchester, Somerset, Wycomico, and Worcester counties until 7 a.m. So we have a variety of winter-type warnings. This one, of course, is a winter storm warning. We're expecting 8 or more inches of snow in a 12-hour period. So that's right where we are with lesser amounts of snow for mixed precipitation. So temperatures are cold, and we've got the powdery snow almost falling straight down right now. 25 Delmar, 25 in Redden. So at least it should not be too heavy to shovel. 25 in Bethany Beach and Rehoboth at 25 degrees. And thankfully, the winds are calm. We're not looking at blowing snow yet, but that could change as we go into tonight. So Here's the forecast on Futurecast through 7:30. We're looking at the snow, heavy at times, and temperatures in the 20s. But then look what happens by noon. Temperatures creeping above freezing in some places. So that could change the snow to sleet or maybe a little bit of rain or freezing rain. And then we could actually get a bit of a dry slide into the afternoon hours between about 2 and 5 o'clock. But then we see another push of snow as we go through the overnight hours. Here's 8:30, and we're looking at temperatures right around freezing with more of the snow, and then only finally gets out of here. How much snow are we expecting? About 6 to locally 12 inches all across Delaware into northern parts of Maryland and the eastern shore. A little less farther south near Snow Hill towards Westover, 3 to 6 for you, and about 1 to 3 farther south from there. Most of us are seeing the snow, but some of that snow could mix with some sleet and freezing rain or plain rain, especially along the coast of Maryland and into Delaware. Could keep accumulations down a little bit. Then behind the system, it is the feels like temperatures, the cold air with all this fresh snow on the ground. Actual temperatures as we go into Monday in the 30s, but with the wind feeling like teens and 20s and feeling like single digits by Tuesday morning. It is going to be brutal out there, and then into the evening hours feeling like teens, and then by Wednesday morning feeling like single digits and then teens by the afternoon. And oh, by the way, there is another system we're watching perhaps for next weekend, which could bring, well, more rain and snow. Way too early to tell just where it goes. You know, it's several days out, but definitely it could be a threat to us with another system then. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 32 with the snow today, about 6 to 12 inches likely, and then it dries out Tuesday and Wednesday, sunshine, but it's cold, lower 30s and then down into the 20s, even teens for lows. Colder with the wind, only 30 on Thursday. Arctic air all week long, and then that rain and snow chance by Saturday. Too early to tell if it will be significant. Umbrella winner today. Should be a snow shovel, right? It's Patrick Murphy from Cambridge. He has an umbrella. Maybe he can just protect himself from the snow today. Congratulations to Patrick from Paul Davis and Coast TV.
So much, and as we continue this coverage of this snowstorm, Lewis officials, they've put out the city's emergency routes. Here's where the Lewis Maintenance Department will be working. You'll want to take note of this. Kings Highway from the city limits to Savannah Road, the entire length of 2nd Street. Savannah Road from the city limits to Cape Henlopen Drive. Ocean View Boulevard from West 4th Street to Canary Drive.
And in response to this snowstorm that we're all experiencing, a number of our communities, they've already announced closures, so let's take a look at those. Ellendale and Millsboro town halls are closed. Georgetown and Dewey Beach administrative offices are closed as well. Milton town offices are closed. Same with Ocean City. That town also announcing that trash pickup will occur now on Wednesday.
Healthcare systems, they're making some changes as well. Emergency departments, of course, they're open. Tidal Health says all of your doctors and locations are closed, however, until noon. Primary and specialty care systems, they're closed for the day. BB Medical Group primary and specialty care locations will see patients virtually today. BB also saying another assessment and update will be provided once we hit 6:30 a.m.
Coming up, tracking air travel. We have the status of the airports in our region. Coast TV News Today is back after this.
Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with my Bionic Blade, the new handheld blender that's rechargeable, so you can make a fast, healthy shake anywhere. It has the motor and blades built right into the lid, so blend a shake at the gym, make pina coladas by poolside, or grind coffee beans for an iced cold brew on the go.
Get the Bionic Blade for just $29.99 with free shipping. You'll also get 2 sipping lids, a second container, and the sports lid. Get it all for just $29.99. Order now.
Delmarva's hit music station, 102.5 WBOC.
Coverage on the road, in your community, along the coast. The IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, live on the street, day or night. From breaking news to weather in your town. The IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, coverage you can count on.
Stay tuned to get a free automatic toilet bowl cleaner from Mermaid. Your sink stopper's broken, and fixing a drain is a pain. Introducing Mermaid Drain Magic, the instant solution to most broken drains. Just remove and replace. In seconds, you can fill and drain with a simple press of a button. Drain Magic makes replacing replacing your old, broken, rusty, even missing sink stoppers fast and easy. Drain Magic's anti-clogging basket helps prevent clogs in your sink, catching hair, food, even jewelry. Made with brass and chrome and a silicone gasket, it creates a watertight seal. Order your Mermaid Drain Magic today for only $19.99 and get a Mermaid toilet bowl cleaner absolutely free. Drop it in the tank for up to 3 months of cleaning. But wait, this could be your last chance to get Drain Magic at this low price with free toilet bowl cleaner. There's a strict limit of 3, so order now.
Call 1-800-944-6857 or visit GetDrainMagic.com. So call 1-800-944-6857 or visit GetDrainMagic.com now.
You like to keep your beard perfectly groomed, but she hates all that mess. Now there's VacuTrim by Bell & Howell, the total body shaver that trims your hair and vacuums it up. VacuTrim stainless steel blades give you a precision cut, while the built-in vacuum captures the hair shavings. It has 20 trim settings to shape your beard and tame body hair with no mess. Get VacuTrim with free shipping for only $39.95.
Call 1-800-263-0608. That's 1-800-263-0608 or go to VacuTrim.com.
Draper Media, an equal opportunity employer, is dedicated to provide broad outreach regarding job vacancies at the station. We seek the help of local organizations in referring qualified applicants to our station. Organizations that wish to receive our vacancy information should email humanresources@wboc.com.
We've been tracking FlightAware and other resources to learn the status of airports in our region. So here's a little bit of what we found. At Salisbury, the 5 a.m. American Airlines to Charlotte, that's canceled. Hope you weren't trying to get on that one. The 8:14 flight to Philadelphia, that's also canceled. Within the hour, Philadelphia is reporting no delays with all other scheduled flights. That's the same with BWI. Reagan in D.C. reporting that as well.
We also have some DART cancellations to report. The agency says its DART Connect service is suspended today, obviously due to the storm. Service delays are possible with weather. And as a reminder, DART administrative offices are also closed today.
Another closure, according to DelDOT, the Woodland Ferry. That's closed today due to the snow impact. DelDOT says the ferry will stay closed until further notice as the agency continues to monitor the storm.
First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey back with us. He is the man of the hour of the day. Not sure how much travel is taking place today with those stories, Bob.
I would say probably shouldn't travel today unless it's an emergency. Let the road crews get out there and clear the roads. We're looking at snowy conditions for the beaches. Ocean City snow, maybe a little mixed with rain into the afternoon, keeping your accumulations down a little bit, but I'm expecting 6 to 12 inches right down to the coast. Lewis and Rehoboth, you're looking snowy, mainly snow here as temperatures do creep above freezing just a little bit. And I just checked too, in Cambridge, you've already picked up about an inch and a half of snow, and it's still snowing. It'll be snowing all day, staying below freezing. But then Crisfield, you could creep above freezing with that snow mixing with changing terrain for a little bit, but it's still going to be a lot of snow, about 6 to 12 inches more on this system. All the particulars, impacts, and more on snow totals coming up in the next half hour.
Bob, also coming up after the break on CoastTV News today, it's time to winterize. We're going to tell you how to keep your home safe amid the first storm of the season on Delmarva.
Also, more bad news about the bird flu on Delmarva, what officials are saying about the results of the most recent lab tests.
And Dewey Beach dealing with snow, of course, as well. We'll tell you how officials there say the beach town's preparing to keep the locals and roads safe. We'll be right back.
Introducing Paisano, the authentic pizza oven by Granite Stone. Now make the world's most delicious pizza with real stone right in your own home. You simply set it and let it make golden, crispy, extra cheesy stone-baked pies in under 6 minutes. You can get your Paisano pizza oven for just 3 easy payments of $39.99. Plus, we'll ship your entire order free.
Call 1-800-608-5198 or order online at buypaisano.com.
Do you have stains in your carpet that won't come out? You need Horsepower Bullshot, the all-new hands-free carpet cleaner and deodorizer. Just spray, and the stain and odor go away. Got pet messes? This black light shows a urine stain is gone in just seconds. The advanced foam action formula penetrates deep to emulsify and neutralize stains and odors. It erases blood stains, makeup, juice, coffee, and more. For older and tougher stains, just give it a little rub and watch as Bullshot works its magic. Red wine spills, spills? They're no problem for Bullshot. And watch up close as burnt bacon grease stains are obliterated right before your very eyes. Get horsepower Bullshot for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get yours. And there's a strict limit of 3 at this low, low price. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-693-6210 or visit buybullshot.com. So call 1-800-693-6210 or visit buybullshot.com now.
Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with Rice Robot, the 1, 2, 3 rice cooker. Watch, 1 add the white cup for rice, 2 add the blue cup for water, 3 click it and let Rice Robot perfectly cook it. The secret is perfect cook technology for even cooking. Then Rice Robot senses when it's done, auto stops and keeps it warm to serve. It won't burn, overcook or undercook, guaranteed.
Get the complete Rice Robot cooking system, all for just $39.99. Order now.
Now on Coast TV News.
It's a first alert day as snow continues to pick up in intensity across Delmarva as the first major snowstorm in years affects the region. I'll track it on radar and Futurecast coming up next.
Heavy snow hitting the road in Rehoboth Beach. Here we are, just a couple inches there, and we'll have live reports out in the field of our coverage of this winter snowstorm.
And of course, a snow
This
state of
is
emergency.
Coast
We're
TV
breaking down
News
the situation in Delaware and in Maryland. And that is how we start this half hour, continuing with our coverage of the winter storm. Right now, that is a live look at Ocean City. You can see there all just white everywhere on the roofs, on the water there. If you can't tell, you're supposed to be able to kind of see the water there and then go out into, is that the bay or the ocean? What side are we looking at? Bay? Bay? You're supposed to know this.
Oh, Paige, you put me on the spot. I'm going to guess Bay.
But anyways, the point is you couldn't see it because it's snowing that hard.
That'll
on
be my
Delmarva.
excuse.
Exactly. All right. Well, good morning, everyone. It is January 6, 2025. I'm Paige Marley. Good morning, Matt, as well.
Yeah, good morning, Paige. We are working on, what time we got here? We got 5:31 on this as I check my clock there. 5:31 on this Monday morning. What a morning we are dealing with today.
Yeah, definitely. What a way to kick off the year, huh? It's been quite a start to 2025, isn't it? But of course, we have full coverage of the winter system that we are all waking up to this morning. Our reporters, as you see, they are in the field. Elisa Weber is in Lewis. We'll be checking with Brandon as well in Rehoboth Beach, and we'll be checking in with all of them in just a moment.
Yeah, but before we do that, let's get right back to First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihee as he continues to track this system. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning, Paige and Delmarva. It's a winter wonderland looking outside, as you probably knew by now. And the snow continues to fly, and it's picking up in intensity as well. You can see the blue all over the clouds and radar map right now. And some of that deeper blue near Highway 9, near Georgetown right now. You're seeing pockets of heavy snow and just steady snow all across Sussex County right now. And that extends down into Maryland, too. Salisbury to the coast. Even the coast now, you're seeing that moderate to heavy snow and more of that snow for the eastern shore as well. It will be picking up as we go through time as we're watching this storm intensifying to our west. You see all this blue across Delmarva back towards Virginia and Maryland. So this is all the snow we have yet to get through. In the warmer air, it's a wintry mix and rain farther to the south, but I think this system will be tracking far enough to our south to basically keep us all snow through the event. And the visibility, well, that's a good tool to see just how hard it's snowing. We've had visibility down to a half mile in Georgetown in heavy snow, now 3/4 of a mile there, and snowing heavily in Ocean City, a half mile and 3/4 of a mile in Salisbury. So with that said, Eastern Shore, Sussex County, basically all of Delmarva under their winter storm warning, Caroline, Kent, Sussex, and Talbot County until 4 a.m. A little longer for you, Dorchester, Somerset, Wycomico, and Worcester counties. Your winter storm warning goes until 7 a.m. And temperatures are cold. In fact, cold enough where it's kind of a fluffy snow right now, so not too tough to take as far as shoveling, but just take it slow. Help your elderly neighbors with the snow. 27 Ocean City, 25 from Bethany Beach to Rehoboth, 24 in Georgetown, 25 in the snow in Delmar. And the good news is the winds are calm or very light, so we don't have blowing snow now, but of course you get on the interstate and you get behind a semi and you're going to have a whiteout. So it's best just to stay off the roads. As Futurecast indicating the snow, heavy at times through the morning morning hours, you see temperatures creep up to around the freezing mark, maybe even a little higher, especially coastal areas, southeast Delaware and Maryland. So by afternoon, you see this peach color near Ocean City. That could be a little bit of sleet or freezing rain, but for the rest of us, still hanging on to snow. We could get a break during the afternoon where the snow is spottier, but then as we go into the evening hours, we'll see that last push of snow coming through, temperatures in the 20s and 30s, and it finally ends around midnight. So with that said, lots of snow today, temperatures warming to close to freezing, and those that do warm above freezing could see a little bit of sleet and some freezing rain mixed in as well. I'll have much more on this system, snowfall totals, and actually, believe it or not, we could be looking at another system by this weekend, but one at a time. More on that coming up a little bit later in the newscast.
Bob, bite your tongue on that one. Bite your tongue. All right, so Bob gave us the big overview. We're going to drill down to some specific areas now. Rehoboth Beach, we know the snow is piling up there like it is most places on Delmarva. Everything in our area started to accumulate sometime around 3 this morning. So we're about 2.5 hours really into this system bringing down some heavy snow. We did see a lot of cars obviously going below the speed limit, trying to stay safe on the road. We actually had some reports both of people coming into our station here that work here and our reporters out in the field. They did see some spin outs, some accidents. So again, that's the situation that we're dealing with in Rehoboth Beach and other parts of Delaware, Paige.
Yeah, definitely. Now, of course, happening now, Maryland Governor Moore actually has issued a state of emergency. According to the governor's office, the State Highway Administration finished pre-treating all the roads there in Maryland. Law enforcement increasing staffing as well. Health and utility agencies, they are preparing for these storm impacts. In response to all of this, Wicomico County announced that their offices will be closed today.
For coastal communities like Dewey Beach, getting the roads cleared, that is a joint effort with DelDOT. The state has Coastal Highway. The town has responsibilities for the side streets. Another area of concern for town officials, unoccupied homes. There are a number of them this time of year, and there are measures in place to help those property owners deal with a snowstorm.
We encourage everybody to sign up for the Winter Watch program. Just go on our website, go under residents, and you sign up just so we know how to reach somebody. If in case some water freezes, so some pipe froze, and there's water coming out of your carport, we need to know how to get a hold of you and what we can do to help.
And Bauer told me during that conversation that property owners who sign up for that program have already been alerted to make sure hoses are disconnected and to recommend the indoor temperatures be set at 55 degrees. Well, Bob has been talking about the big picture, so let's get a first-hand look at conditions in other areas along the coast. We are now going to go live to Lewis.
Yeah, that is where we find Coast TV News reporter Elisa Weber. Elisa, last time we saw you, you had a shovel. Is that still the case?
Good morning, Matt and Paige. Yeah, last time you saw me, I had a shovel, but now I have a ruler because I'm going to measure how much snow we've received in this area so far. So let's see here. Take any last minute guesses, but let's see. All right, so we're at about 2.5 inches here in Lewis in this neighborhood where I am. So the snow, it's coming down pretty quickly. You need to be super careful. We haven't really seen anyone driving around here, which is honestly a good thing. Try to stay off of the roads as much as possible. If you do have to drive, go super slow. Even if you're super experienced with driving in the snow, just be super careful. And we've seen a lot of DelDOT snowplows out on the roads already trying to get ahead of some of that snow before people possibly have to go to work. But again, just be super careful. Now, if you do have a sled, this is a great time to go sledding. This is the first snow of this year, so it is exciting. It's very beautiful outside, but if you can, stay inside and watch the snow from your window. Back to you, Matt and Paige.
All right, thank you, Elisa. Should be noted, Bob guessed too. He was close.
He did, Bob. Go, Bob.
All right, well, we got a lot more news to get to. Don't go anywhere.
That's right. Coming up, it's time to winterize frozen roads. It doesn't mean you have to have frozen pipes. We're going to tell you how to prevent a disaster in your home.
Also, more bad news about bird flu on Delmarva on this snowy day. We'll tell you where officials say the latest results of that illness originated from.
And we're talking road worries, getting an update from DelDOT about their efforts in staying ahead of all this snow. Stick with us on Coast TV News Today.
For every season, every weather moment, stay ahead with the Coast TV First Alert Weather Phone. Just call 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Brockstead and Dallas Federico.
At Atlantic General Hospital, we've been busy. Busy expanding healthcare services that are second to none in our region. From cancer care and women's health services, to orthopedics, gastroenterology, and more, we provide advanced health technologies delivered by top providers. Expert care every day. It's what you can count on from Atlantic General Hospital.
Is your cookware scratched inside and an eyesore on the outside? Introducing Gotham Steel Hammered Cream Cookware. Forged with an authentic hammered design, engineered with extremely strong titanium and tri-coated with ultra non-stick ceramic. Gotham Steel features double the non-stick release. Now you can cook healthier without all the butter or oil. Get this huge 15-piece set for 4 payments of $49.99 with free shipping.
To order, call 1-800-513-6408.
I have prepared a Thomas's breakfast for you to savor together.
Thanks, Tom. Hey, are English muffins from England?
Heavens no. They're from the pantry.
Are you from England?
Nay, I am also from the pantry. Huzzah! A toast to breakfast.
This is the revolutionary socket fan by Bell & Howell. The amazing 2-in-1 ceiling fan and light. If you can screw in a light bulb, you can hang the socket fan light. Socket fan comes with this handy remote. You can control the light and the breeze that you need. Socket fan fits any standard light socket. You can do it yourself in less than 10 seconds.
And now, the socket fan lights with deep socket extender is yours for $49.95 with free shipping. Order now, and you can get a second fan for 50% off.
Get cool fast with Socket Fan.
It's a snowy scenario across Delmarva this morning. The weather outside is frightful. Look at that. Look at SU. Boy, it's like, woo, boy. It kind of looks like from The Shining how it looked at that place in the mountains. Anyway, 30 in Salisbury right now. Spice Brothers Cam. Travel not recommended as the snow is coming down. At times, heavy at times across Sussex County right now. You can also see out through the eastern shore. You see some of the brighter blue south of Salisbury back into Crisfield. So we've got the heavy snow and already 1 to 3 inches of snow across the area. We'll continue to see the snow as we go through the morning hours. It stretches back to D.C. The center of low pressure is still back here across areas of eastern Kentucky. We'll see that low tracking to our south, and that will keep us in the cold air and mainly snow all day as temperatures are in the mid to upper 20s, close to 30 degrees, and it's a powdery snow. So at the onset, it's easy to shovel. Might get a little tougher throughout the day. The good news is the winds are light. So travel with caution. Don't travel if you don't have to. Obviously, you need a snow brush at least, a snow shovel, and a snow blower is even better. I'm going to go home and do my driveway once I get home. Don't need the sunglasses today, but definitely make sure you have a warm beverage. And call the CoastTV First Alert weather phone, the latest on this storm and what to expect. Your forecast just a call away, sponsored by Brockstead Men Dallas Federico.
Good, Bob. Thank you. Now, Bob, we're going to keep you around if that's okay for just a little bit. You and the rest of the First Alert meteorological team, we've been tracking the system for really over a week now.
Yeah, you've been on it, and as we continue to get more data this morning, is there anything that you're seeing that could cause the snowfall amount that we predicted to change?
Yeah, I think what I'm seeing is the possibility of some sleet and some freezing rain or plain rain mixing in at the coast. That could keep accumulations down a little bit, but that said, I still think most of us are looking at 6 to 12 inches of snow as we go into the afternoon and evening hours.
Thank you, Bob. All right, as we move along here this morning, DelDOT is working to keep up with the storm. And just before we went on the air, I spoke on the phone with DelDOT's Director of Communications, C.R. McLeod. And here is what he told me about what they are experiencing.
It's going to be a continuous operation where we're salting. Obviously, the winds are supposed to kick up, so we could have some drifting as well as the snow accumulates. So it's certainly going to be a long duration event for us. And that's really our biggest concern at this time.
And McLeod also told me with the temperatures unlikely to go up for a while, they're not expecting snow on the roads to melt anytime soon.
DelDOT also says it has over 300 snow removal trucks that are ready to go. Saw some of them this morning. The focus is on routes 1, 13, 113, and up north I-95. DelDOT says secondary roads and local streets in town will only be addressed when those main roads are now passable.
Coming up tonight on the Delmarva Sports Network, why don't you just plop on your couch tonight with all this snowstorm. We have the game of the night. It's taking place at 2:30. You can catch DeMatha in the Governor's Challenge against SoCal Academy at 10:30 tonight. It's the recap of the action on the final score.
We're going to take a live look now, a snowy live look at our nation's capital. Wow, it looks beautiful right there. Now, you may not see it, but it is there in the distance. You can tell, of course, the beautiful building looking great in all that snow. But of course, lawmakers there, they are set to certify that 2024 election. You may remember today's also the anniversary of the January 6th insurrection that took place after the last presidential election back in 2020. The nation continues to honor and remember, of course, as well today, former President Jimmy Carter, the 39th president and a great humanitarian who passed away on December 29th. 6 days of funeral observances began this weekend, and visitation continues right now at his presidential library in Atlanta. It was on Sunday. Carter's current and former Secret Service detail moved his remains from rural Georgia to the Carter Presidential Center, where his family held a private ceremony and where the late president now lies in repose. Respect earned, his family says, not only for his political career and amazing humanitarian efforts, but by the way he lived his life.
Cared about his neighbors next door. He always checked in on anybody in town. He'd send letters. So just how, for all the work he had to do, how personable he stayed with everybody.
And on Tuesday, President Carter's casket will then be flown to Washington to lie in state in the rotunda of the U.S. Capitol building before the national funeral service that's happening on Thursday.
Our first alert day continues for snow coming down pretty heavily. Here's Dover, 25 degrees, accumulating snow for you, and obviously travel not recommended as the snow will pick up in intensity. It is a first alert weather day for the heavy snow and travel not recommended. Coming up, I'll have the latest look at the radar, impacts, snow totals, and much more. Stay tuned. Your full forecast in 2 minutes.
Track the storm with CoastTV First Alert Weather.
Ride the wave of Delmarva's vibrant coastal vibes with Coast Life. From hidden gems to sun-kissed trends and captivating local tales. Dive deep and immerse yourself in our coastal rhythm. Catch Coast Life weekdays at 4 on CoastTV.
Start the new year off generously by giving to those in need on Delmarva. Coast Country Cares is hosting a Code Purple Drive on Saturday, January 11th at Boulevard Ford in Georgetown. Stop by from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. to donate non-perishable food items, warm clothing, cleaning supplies, and more for shelters and those who need it most this winter. For a complete list of items for January 11th, go to coastcountry.com. Coast Country Cares, sponsored by Spicer Brothers.
How many times have you tried to clean a stubborn mess but end up with no success? What you need is the all-new waterproof Ruby Horsepower, the new cordless and rechargeable power scrubber that cleans faster and easier, guaranteed. Watch, baked on oven grease is no match. It blasts away dirt and grime in no time. The power comes from our rotating brushes, spinning at 350 RPM. The incredible torque fights calcium, mildew, mold, and more. Take it in the kitchen, where it busts through caked-on crud, or outside and tackle tough tasks with ease. Get your Ruby Horsepower with 4 additional attachments, all for just $39.99. Great news! They're in stock and ready to ship. Due to high demand, only 2 per order. Order now.
Call 1-800-455-0217. That's 1-800-455-0217 or visit horsepowerscrubber.com. So call 1-800-455-0217 now.
Get the CoastTV First Alert Weather app with live satellite and radar, severe weather alerts, and extended forecast. Download the free CoastTV First Alert Weather app, sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
Time is now 5:47 on your Monday. We're going to take a live look right now at Ocean City. Bob, I was warned by the people in the control room. They were like, look, it's just covered in snow. And I think that we expected that, though. I mean, look at it. It really is just covered in snow there in Ocean City.
It is. It's a winter wonderland, Paige. And as I mentioned earlier, thankfully the winds are light and that snow is coming straight down. But obviously get on the roads behind a larger vehicle and you're going to have a whiteout. Here are some early snow totals from Caroline County in Maryland, American Corner, 3 inches. Lewis, this is from Elisa, 2.5 inches she measured, and then Cambridge has 1.5 inches, and it's still snowing and still accumulating. So that is what to expect. Remember, we have the QR code right here. Go ahead and scan that. It's been a while, but you'll get all that pertinent weather information on there. Snow heavy at times. Could see a bit of a mix at the coast later on. Maybe some sleet or rain near the Delaware, Maryland coast. Could keep your accumulations down a little bit. travel not recommended, okay? The roads are snowy, they're snow covered, and they're slick. Let the crews go out there and plow, and then obviously conditions improve later tonight and tomorrow as the snow ends, and those snowfall rates are increasing. We could see rates of 1 to 2 inches per hour all across the area as clouds and radar right now showing the snow, and the snow is in the blue. The deeper the blue color, the heavier it's coming down. So we're seeing the snow across Kent County, northern Sussex County, and socked in with the snow from Seaford to areas around Gumboro, Millsboro, down 113 into Selbyville, Dewey Beach seeing the snow, Fenwick Island as well, and that extends into Maryland, Willards, Ocean Pines, into Newark, and then Salisbury. You're seeing the snow, and heavier snow off to your south and west near Princess Anne right now, and Snow Hill. How appropriate to live in Snow Hill on a snowy day like today. And then we're looking at the heavier snow in Cambridge and back through Andrews right now and Bucktown. So we put this in motion. You can see how the deeper blue colors of the snow are moving in across Chesapeake Bay, and that extends back into Virginia and Maryland as well. So we're going to be getting into that heavier snow as we go through time. As surface low pressures back here through eastern Tennessee, in the warmer air, it's just rain and kind of a wintry mix through southern Virginia and the southern tip of Delmarva. But this system tracks to our south, keeps us in the cold air, and really the snow much of the day. Winter storm warning, Caroline, Kent, Sussex, and Talbot counties. That goes until 4 o'clock tomorrow morning, even though the snow probably shuts off around midnight. And then a winter storm warning, Dorchester, Somerset, Wycomico, and Worcester counties until 7 a.m. on Tuesday. So we have all kinds of different types of winter warnings. Of course, the one we're looking at is the winter storm warning with 8 or more inches of snow in a 12-hour period. We'll be seeing that with temperatures, well, cold. In fact, so cold that that snow is taking on a powdery complexion. 27 Ocean City, 24 in Georgetown, 30 in Salisbury right now. And the winds are calm or light, so we're not looking at blowing snow. Here's Futurecast, the snow intensifying through the morning. You see these brighter bands of blue indicating that heavy snow. And then I think we could get a break as we go into the early part of the afternoon. And as that happens, some locations warming above freezing. So that could open the door to some sleet or rain or freezing rain a little bit later on. 5 o'clock, still maybe a bit of a break, but then we see the last punch of snow coming through as we go through the evening hours. Here's 9 o'clock, that snow, temperatures falling through the 20s. Here's what we're thinking with snow totals about 6 inches to locally a foot of snow all across our area back through Salisbury to Ocean Pines. Lesser amounts farther to the south, 3 to 6 inches the farther south you go. And then mainly snow over most of our area. But this pink shaded area, maybe some sleet, freezing rain, or rain along the coast could keep accumulations down a little bit. Then behind the system, it's really cold with highs only in the lower 30s. But then look at these wind chills into Monday evening in the 20s, feeling like single digits Tuesday morning, and then only teens for wind chills as we go into Tuesday, and feeling like single digits on Wednesday. So we have Arctic air that follows this system. And then, yes, there is a chance of another shot of snow and rain. Right now, too early to tell. That's for the weekend. Just too early to tell if that's a major system. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast, one storm at a time. And it's a stormy one today. And then the Arctic air for the rest of the week. Lower 30s for highs, teens and 20s, and then that chance of snow, possibly on Saturday, a high of 35.
Thank you. New this morning, some differing responses happening on the eastern shore. Snow Hill announced Town Hall will be closed today amid, of course, the winter storm. However, Salisbury has not taken the same response just yet. Currently, the city says all services scheduled for today will happen as planned. This includes the trash pickup. Officials do say this could change, however, if the weather is severe enough. Now, we do have an update now on the status of the bird flu here on Delmarva. Lab results have confirmed a case of bird flu in a Kent County chicken flock. The Department of Agriculture says it appears the virus came from a wild bird. You may remember over 850 wild birds were reported dead to the state. First, it was hundreds of snow geese in Prime Hook. State agriculture officials saying that the poultry farmers need to monitor their flocks for illness. Coming up on Coast TV News today, snow, it's here. If you haven't heard, we're going to show you how to properly winterize your home and prevent pipes from freezing.
Can't see the Ferris wheel on the Gateway Subaru cam. It's in a whiteout. Ocean City and the rest of Delmarva, the snow continues to fall. Heavy at times today, more snow to come. Obviously a first alert weather day for the snow. Travel not recommended, but then really dry and cold following this system. Maybe a little more snow for the weekend. Your 10-day forecast coming up next.
Coverage on the road, in your community, along the coast. The IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, live on the street, day or night. From breaking news to weather in your town. The IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, coverage you can count on.
Introducing Paisano, the authentic pizza oven by Granite Stone. Now make the world's most delicious pizza with real stone right in your own home. You simply set it and let it make golden, crispy, extra cheesy stone-baked pies in under 6 minutes. You can get your Paisano pizza oven for just 3 easy payments of $39.99. Plus, we'll ship your entire order free.
Call 1-800-608-5198 or order online at buypaisano.com.
Mark your calendars for the Children's Beach House Gala presented by Jack Wingo Realtors and Jack Wingo Asset Management on February 8 in Dewey Beach. This black tie evening features an open bar, auctions, dinner, and a performance by Kristen and the Noise. Your support helps empower children with special needs to build confidence, develop leadership skills, and thrive in a caring community. For more info, visit cbhinc.org/gala or call 302-841-9639. Sponsored by CoastTV.
Hey, are you the bad guy? Mercy, is that Courtney my biggest fan?
Oh my goodness, Courtney. As a nurse, I knew that I needed this done. Peninsula Bath really listened to us. Very, very professional, very friendly. The whole team made us feel like family. Thank you, Peninsula Bath, for everything that you did to make Courtney's life easy. Thank you, Bath.
It warms our heart to help. Call us today at Peninsula Bath for all your bathroom renovation needs.
Your child deserves the best. When your child is sick, every moment counts. And the team at Tidal Health Pediatrics understands the urgency of such situations. Whether it's a sudden fever, a troubling cough, or another pediatric ailment, your child will be seen when they need it most. Schedule your child's appointment now at tidalhealth.org/findapediatrician or call 410-912-5785 because your child's health is our top priority. Tidal Health Pediatrics, compassionate care when you need it most.
Get the Coast TV News app, the latest and most up-to-date stories for your coastal community. Coastal news customized to your needs. Download the Coast TV News app on your Apple or Android devices. Coast TV, our community, your news.
This morning, a beautiful blanket of snow covering the coast, and while the sights, they are fantastic, the damage it can cause your home and your wallet, not fantastic.
Yeah, Coast TV News reporter Brandon Ferguson shows us a few steps you can take to winterize your home.
Protecting pipes, windows, and your home. These are key factors in properly winterizing your house. Habitat for Humanity's site manager Anthony Preddy says insulation for pipes are key.
Pipes are in an unconditioned or unheated area of the house, and for some extra protection, you could use this type of pipe insulation.
Opening cabinet doors under your sink also helps with air circulation. Bryce Bryant from East Coast Plumbing, Heating, and Air says one small problem can lead to much, much more.
A small drip can eventually freeze and work its way back into the plumbing of a crawl space or a basement or even an on-slab home.
Using these tips to guard against the cold now can save you from big headaches later.
All right, it is 5:57 now. It's time to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
Yeah, today's coastal pet of the day. Just had a birthday page on your screen. That is Tilly, who turned 2 years old on January 4th. Tilly is super energetic, smart, and loves to exercise her vocal cords any chance she gets. I bet that sounds fantastic. This birthday girl was submitted to us by Paula in Rehoboth Beach.
Thank you, Paula, for sending us that photo. We want to see all your pets on Delmarva. Send us photos like that one of Tilly and tell us what makes your pet so amazing.
Yep, on your screen you can see that QR code top center there. If you scan that, you can get your furry friend us here at Coast TV. Hey, we want to see all your pets, whether they be furry or maybe it's a reptile, maybe it's a turtle, maybe it's a lizard. We want to get those pets here. And then once we get them into our system, we'll get them on the air for you, and you'll be able to see all the pets we feature each day from 5 to 7 a.m.
All righty, it is 5:58 now, so it is time for a quick look at your forecast before you head out your door.
Yeah, and Bob, we also are getting some reports of power outages. About 260 customers in Bethany Beach right now are without power.
Okay, yeah, the snow probably weighing down tree branches and wires, things like that. So, make sure you have a lot of warm clothes because your power might go out with this snow as it continues to pick up in intensity all across the area. We're seeing the snow continuing to fall now. across all of Sussex County, back into Maryland as well. You get into these deeper blue colors, that bright banding, that's indicating the heavier snow. And that snow will continue to pick up in intensity as it extends farther to the west, well to the south. Richmond, maybe southern tip of Delmarva, that's where you'll see a wintry mix and then just plain rain and ice back through the Carolinas. But we'll continue to track this storm headed our way. Day part forecast for today, obviously a snowy one, expecting about 6 to 12 inches of snow. We could see that mixed with a little bit of rain or sleet at the coast as temperatures top out near freezing. Here's your Paul Davis 10-day forecast. Code red today for snow and 32, followed by Arctic air the rest of the week with highs in the 30s, lows in the teens. Feels like temperatures in the single digits and maybe another chance of rain and snow by Saturday.
Bob, and coming up at 6, as Delmarva experiences the first snowfall of the year, we give you a live update from Lewis and Rehoboth Beach as we continue to track the accumulation. All that and more when Coast TV News Today returns.